What's up, babes? This is LOC Victoria back with another video. If you guys are new here, hi, welcome to my channel. If you've already been subscribed, thanks for coming back. So look, y'all, the quality of this video isn't like the best quality, but I wanted to get on here and just talk to you guys about where my hair is and where we're going with it for the fall routine. So long story short, I've showed you guys lots of content recently on the growth of my hair, the wash routine, the oil routine, all of the routines that I actually have established for my hair to grow long. Right now, you probably can see a little bit of white residue, which is probably between my edge control and my oil. Because I did put wild growth oil in my hair on Thursday, and then I also put edge control in my hair over the last couple days. So it probably is a mixture in my hair. So for my fall routine, when it comes down to my hair, since we have 3 months before we're in January, 4 months until you're in February, which is my birthday month, and then 5 months until we're actually in spring, right? Spring break, spring is going to be like March, April-ish time, right? So in these next 3 to 4 months while we're in our fall winter season, my goal for my hair is really just to keep it washed, keep a clean scalp. I told y'all I'm going to be up on my oil routine, so I want to be oiling my hair at least once a week, maybe 2. And I want to be taking my vitamins. I want to be drinking my water. I want to be minding my business per usual. Those are the tactics that I simply use, and I feel like I get major results. I don't always oil my hair. However, I'm going to be on an oil routine because I know that length is definitely on my goal list right now. My hair has gotten so long, so it's already long, as you guys can see, right? It's already a good length, so that's not the problem. But I have aspirations to grow my hair down to my butt. So if I have goals to grow my hair longer than where it is, Brooks, cut it out. If I have aspirations to grow my hair longer than where it currently is, then that means I have to have a routine. You can't expect to get results without establishing your routine, without doing things that are going to contribute to the growth. Yes, leaving your hair alone essentially is going to help it grow. But when I say I leave my hair alone, I do very little. I'm not saying like 1000% I do nothing to it, because I want to make sure that my hair is moisturized. I want to make sure that my hair is healthy. But when I say that I do little to my hair, I'm basically saying I don't over manipulate my hair. I don't always have my hair in styles. Styles are going to just cause tension. Styles is going to cause breakage. Styles are going to cause a lot of things if you're constantly styling your hair every other week and you're doing very tight braids, very tight twists, very tight. You're going to start becoming bald-headed in certain spaces probably over time, right? Maybe not, maybe you will, but the tension, nevertheless, the tension is not necessary for me and my growth. So I just want to, if I want to have my hair locked for a long time, then I want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to my roots. I want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to the overall health of my hair. Braiding your hair, twisting your hair, doing all these styles that look cute might be good for a moment, might be good for the first 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. But when you start seeing thinning, you start seeing breakage, you start seeing all these things, you're going to be like, oh, dang, I shouldn't have been sitting here trying to do this to my hair every freaking week. Maybe once every blue moon, an occasion, or maybe a couple times out the month. But every few days, every week, having tight styles in your hair is only going to cause breakage, thinning, and maybe even receding hairlines or bald-headed. I don't know. So in the end of the day, do what works for you. But for me, I'm just telling y'all, when I say I do little or nothing, I'm basically saying I do the basics. I wash my hair. I make sure it's moisturized. Take my multivitamins, hair, skin, and nail vitamins, mind my business, literally, like I said, and just do my maintenance routine. So with this fall routine, the only difference of what I usually do versus now is I'm going to be making sure I stick to them oils and stick to those products that I know are going to aid in the growth of my hair. They're not going to solely grow my hair, because I don't think one thing could do anything. When you want to lose weight, going to the gym is not the only thing that you do to lose weight. You got to get your sleep back right. You have to get your eating right. You have to make sure that you are not having insulin resistance from not eating enough proteins, fats, carbs. You want to make sure that you're having all of your macros, right? your nutrients and things like that. So just like there are multiple components to lose weight, to successfully do it, there's multiple components to grow your hair. It's not about just drinking water that's going to grow my hair. No, but what about my routine to my hair? What about my supplements for my hair? What about like the shampoos I'm using for my hair? So in the end of the day, just like you want to have a good, healthy eating routine, you want to have a good, healthy hair routine, good, healthy fitness routine. You just want to have an established routine in everything that you do. Now, I don't think that your routine needs to necessarily be comprised of so many steps. If you had a routine to do your hair or to work out, you don't have to sit here and be like, oh, that means that I have to have 20 steps to my routine, because sometimes less is better and too much is too much. You know what I mean? So you don't want to do too much. You want to do what works for you, like I said. And I know it's kind of cliche that you hear it a lot of times. Oh, I do what works for me, do what works for you. But no, that is the truth. Because what is working for my hair might not be working for yours. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to share the tips on what's working for me, because you might not know what I use could work for you unless you try it. But I could say, oh, I use this oil. It's helping thicken and grow my hair or my roots or whatever. And you could say, oh, no, this oil burns my scalp. It feels like a chemical reaction. I can't do this. You're not going to know until you try it. You're not going to know what works for you until you know what works for you. So when you are watching people's videos and you are getting advice from other people on how to grow long hair or how to do things, you see if those things work for you before you sit here and try to adopt everything that they're doing. Because it might not work for you. And if it don't work for you, it's okay. Nobody's mad but the devil. So find a routine that works for you and stick to it. Don't be trying to mimic everybody that, like I remember before I first got started these locks and I had my first set of locks, I used to be watching a lot of lock videos, and it wasn't so that I necessarily knew how to maintain my locks. It was the fact of I was getting a lot of admiration out of how people had grown their hair so long in short timing, or 6 years, 7 years, and I just really would look at it and be like, that's gonna be me one day. I'm gonna grow my hair that long. Now, when I had my first set of locks, it sounded good, but then you start growing your hair, you start missing how your hair used to be, all these different factors that makes you be like, I want to go back to being a loose natural. I want to be locked. When you establish that you know what you want to do with your hair and you stick to the goal, you stick to the plan, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. Because you're going to be like, okay, I know this is what I want to do. I know I want to grow my hair for an extended period of time. So if I'm going to do that, I'm not going to bleach my hair like that. I'm not going to be sitting here doing these tight styles. A person who's just playing in their hair and they're like, oh, I might be locked for 2-3 years. I don't know. I might get rid of them sooner. They might want to experiment with bleach. They might want to experiment with all these tight styles. They're doing it for a quick trend. But if you're growing your hair and you're growing your hair for a very long time because you're planning on keeping your locks for a long time, you need to think about the health of your hair over the temporary decision. Blonde is cute. Yeah, when the summertime comes, you might want to feel like, oh, let me be a blonde baddie. Go get you some hair wax paint where you can change your hair color and then it can go back. Go get you something temporary where it's just like a rinse. Unless you know you want your hair to be blonde. I literally had blonde locks before and they look good on me. I'm not gonna lie. But it's something about, black is my favorite color, but it's just something about black. Black looks so classy, so healthy, so rich, the color black. And on me, I love jet black hair on me. So I know if it came down to blonde and it came down to black, I would want my hair to always be black. Like if I switched up and went blonde, that would be more temporary than black for me. But you got some people who feel like, nah, I'd rather have my hair blonde 100% of the time, never black. Those are people who might want to bleach their hair and then maintain the blonde. I know people who are blonde. My homegirl, one of my homegirl's sisters, her hair is bleach blonde and her hair is past her butt, and it's gorgeous. She knows that she's going to keep her hair blonde all the time. I have not ever seen that girl's hair any other color. And I'm not saying that throughout the year she didn't have black locks, whatever, but she has always been blonde from the time I first met her. So gorgeous. Her spirit's so gorgeous. She's so cool. But she's always been blonde. So that's one thing that she's maintaining, keeping. Like I said, I like the blonde on me as well. But They live up north. Like, they live in the cold. Your girl lives in the South, baby. I'm a real rich from the South, right? Words of Lotto. But long story short, don't get me started with my little rapping. Basically, like, my hair has the ability to, it could be blonde and the sun is going to turn it. The pool is going to turn it from the chlorine. My skin tone is going to change. The blonde that looked good on me during the winter might not look good on me in the summer, or maybe vice versa, or maybe it will, but it's just going to give two different looks because the color can change, my skin tone can change from my tan, and also any chemicals that ever hit it, like chlorine in the pool or anything like that, is going to change your hair color. So it's just different. You have to really go with what goes for you. Don't be doing things that are temporary decisions. Don't do temporary decisions on your permanent hair. Now, if you had weave in, you had extensions in, you had all that, then okay. But it's like bleaching your real tresses, your real hair. You could damage it. Would you want to damage your real hair that you have taken so long to grow, so long to deal with? And I'm not doing this to discourage you. I'm just trying to get you to put it in perspective, because I have so many babies who be like, so many babes off of my channel. Baby be like, sis, I was about to bleach my hair, but I didn't bleach my hair because I be watching your videos. And I'm like, nah, I don't need to do it. I have so many people tell me that, like, oh, I was about to bleach it, then I saw your video, or I was about to bleach it, then I thought about you. And it's like, yeah, I'm just hoping I'm top of mind when you make these decisions, because if it's really what you want to do, do it. But if it's something that you know is temporary, girl, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. You worked too hard to get where you've gotten with them locks, that you don't want to sit here and bleach them locks, and that's not what you wanted to do for a permanent thing. And now you're cutting all your locks because you've now got weak points, you've now got dead ends, you've now got your hair texture have obviously changed because of the catalyst, the chemicals, right? So you don't want to get to a point where you're like that. So whatever decision you do make sure you make the decision that you want to make. Don't make the decision that has to make a decision for you because of the choices that you made that you didn't want to stand on. If you're going to bleach your hair and you want to be bleached for a long time, stand on that. But I personally, my opinion, I don't think it's worth it to bleach your hair today or bleach your hair during the summer when you're going to go back black. And people do this on their natural hair, so I can't tell them what to do. I can't tell you what to do now. But I don't think it makes sense. Like, say that this is the last day of summer, or last month of summer, right? And I'm just making an example. And I said, oh, I'm going to bleach my hair for summer. And it's like literally the last month. And then fall comes and I'm feeling real fallish. The blonde is not going with my aesthetic, is not going with my outfits, etc. So I'm like, oh, I want to go back black. Now you have put your hair through all of that trauma, all of that damage, all of those breaking points, all of those changes in your texture, just for a month later to go back black. And then summer comes around again and you think, oh, I'm going to catch it at the beginning of summer. I'm going to go blonde for 3 months and then I'm going to go back black. You're damaging your hair. My first set of locks, I didn't look at them as a journey. So if I was bleaching my hair this color, that color, and feeling like, oh, I bleached it, but I didn't have real bad breakage or anything like that, that's still not like, that wasn't a good thing. But it still was just like, oh, my hair's not falling out, I'm going to change it again. I was not committed to the journey. These locks, when I started these locks, I said, oh, I'm going to grow these locks long. I know that. So when I started these locks on my floor in my house in 2019, July 1st, 2019, I sat down and I started my locks bleach blonde. When I grew them out, I dyed them all black when I can then retwist my hair. And then I never like bleached them again. I just maintained my jet black, freshened it up. But I knew that these would be locks that I wanted to keep for a long time. Therefore, I wasn't playing around in bleach. Because I knew this would be a journey, because I knew I wanted to grow my hair long, because I knew that I was going to have my hair locked like this for years. I wasn't going to sit here and play around with chemicals. I was going to maintain it. I was going to treat it right, and I was going to grow my hair very long. So that's why I'm so adamant about my decisions for my hair now. Nothing can sway me from what doesn't make sense. So if I say I'm going to stay blonde, that would have been a different thing. But I wanted to, really maintain my hair and do what I need to do. So that's what I'm going to be doing for this fall routine. I'll be making more hair videos. I would love to hear about y'all's hair journey, what y'all are thinking, and do y'all have these thoughts? Do these thoughts cross your mind? Do my videos help you make a decision to not bleach your hair? Do you think what I'm saying is making sense? Like, let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. But in the meantime, in between time, drink your water, mind your business, take your multivitamins, probiotics, supplements, hair, skin, and nail vitamins, have a routine, and then figure out what you're going to do for the next 90 days of the year, less than 90 days of the year, to actually grow long hair. And maybe long hair is not your goal. To grow your hair, to thicken your hair, to do whatever goal you have for your hair. Make a routine, and then let's revisit. I mean, we'll talk well before this, but let's revisit in January and see what has happened 3 months from now.